for a quick Devar Torah. In this week's Parsha, we have an amazing event occurring. Yaakov is returning from Haran. He's coming into Israel, and he's asked to meet Esau. And they basically come to an understanding that Esau will go his way and Yaakov will go his way. When they meet in this famous meeting, they meet and Esau asks what's been going on, and Yaakov says, Im Lavan Garti, I live with Lavan. Rashi points out that what Yaakov really said was that with Lavan I lived, but I kept all the mitzvot. I did not learn from Lavan and his evil ways. To Esau, this was amazing. Remember that Esau did grow up in the home of Yitzhak and Rivka. He knew about the mitzvot. He knew what a moral life is. Yet, he lived the way that he lived. That he could not resist when he'd see a woman, he'd go after her. He'd see some food, he'd eat it. He did not care about doing things properly. He only cared about his immediate needs, as we saw with the selling of the birthright. He wasn't going to die. He could have waited an hour or two, but he wanted food right away, right now. Yaakov knows this about his brother. Therefore, when Esau says, come with me to where I live, Yaakov agrees because Esau has him outnumbered with men of war, but he has no intention of following him. He knows that would be a mistake. And this is a lesson for us. The Jabotinsky, Zev Jabotinsky, the founder of the Beitar movement in Israel, the what we call the revisionist Zionist movement, has said that we need to build a wall between us and our enemies. He didn't mean that we would be cut off, that we shouldn't try to influence them, but he meant that our society has to remain intact as a good society, as a liberal democracy, so to speak. We cannot learn from them about building a society because, let's face it, the Arabs never understood what a liberal society is. Whereas the Jews, because of the influence of halacha, Jewish law, understood that you have obligations to society and society has obligations to you. It's a two-way street. So he said that we have to build a wall to stop the influence of the others on us. And Yaakov, we draw this from Yaakov, who has to build a wall between him and Esau. Now, as long as that wall exists, there will be peace. But the important thing about that wall, the separation, is that Yaakov can continue to be a shomer mitzvot, a keeper of the mitzvot, and Esau will not bother him. So Yaakov can develop. Yaakov knows that his true worth is his morality, is keeping the commandments, such as he understands them. And that if he stops and begins to adopt the morality of Esau, then everything is for naught. So that is the importance of this meeting. And the last time we see Esau, of course, is with the burial of Yitzhak, where he and Yaakov agree to come together to bury their father, although Esau is still holding a grudge. But we'll get into that in the future about that grudge. The important point is, yes, you can make some sort of peace with Esau, but do not follow in his ways. Keep true to the Torah, keep true to our morality, and then you'll have true peace. Something to think about.